Welcome to Chad and Aaron's weekly devotional podcast, March 6th, 2023. Are you overwhelmed?
I'm not sure if you're like me, but I am a perfectionist, which means that I constantly have to battle the pull to be the, quote, perfect Christian wife, mother, and friend. But after having 2 kids, I just felt overwhelmed by trying to make every meal from scratch, attempt to have every closet organized, and find time to talk to every friend. I'm not even going to mention that I was trying to get ready every single day of the week. It was just overwhelming, but it was in that moment that God just started speaking to my heart through His Word. And Colossians 3, verse 1 and 2 says, "If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful." I had to realize and accept that I can never be perfect. I can never achieve everything I need to each day. I am going to fall short. And it is then when I have to rely on Him for my strength and contentment, even in the undone, because He is perfect. You see, a godly person is not perfect. It just means that they lean on the grace and forgiveness found in the relationship and walk with Jesus. Since that day, I have been happier, so much more fulfilled, and I have a bigger purpose now. I just had to find the balance, and for me, this is what it looks like. I identify my priorities in life. First, my relationship with Jesus is the most important thing to me. I will always give it 100% because it changes my attitude and my spirit throughout each day. He really is my life giver. And then secondly, quality time with Chad is so vital in our marriage. I have to choose to make time each day to connect, to show him love, and just share my heart and listen to his heart. Because he really encourages me in every single thing that I do. And then lastly, quality time with our children. I want to spend as much time as I can just learning more about them, showing them affection, and teaching them more about the Lord each day. These are the most important things to me. And in this season of my life, I have found I have to balance everything that is pulling for my time and energy. And I realize that every season might look a little different for each person. But for me, this is what it looks like in this season of my life. If you know me, you know that I absolutely love to cook, and I just have to remind myself that it is okay to add a can of green beans as a side and a pre-mixed salad, or even that box of Kraft macaroni and cheese that all of our children just devour. I'm not going to always be able to make gourmet dinners, and I'm okay with that. I am going to confess right now that if you open my closet doors, you might gasp because it is a lot of disarray. But the kids always have clean clothes, and I don't get in a tizzy when it's not organized and labeled, perfectly. And if you've ever actually met us in person, you can vouch for the fact that our kids are not always dressed in, quote, style or magazine worthy by any stretch of the word. I usually let them choose their own outfits each day because they just find so much happiness in that. And I know they're going to play so hard outdoors that everything is likely going to have a coat of mud on it by nightfall. I don't stress over their appearance because I realize it really isn't the most important thing. On another note, my kids have also all talked, walked, and potty trained at different ages. Some of them have even been close to 3.5 years old, which is crazy, I know, but they're all different, and they have different personalities, and I just have to tell myself not to get worked up or get frustrated if they don't meet a certain standard at a certain time. I do want to do my very best in everything that I do. I want to cook dinners each night. I want my house to be tidy, but there is that balance in everything I'm doing. I have to choose to emphasize my priorities and just do my very best in other areas and ask God for the strength and the grace I need throughout the day. I would just encourage you to take the time to write down your top priorities and ask God to help you put an emphasis on what is important to you and what is going to help you grow and make your life count for eternity.
We hope you were encouraged by this week's weekly devotional. To hear more or share what you've just heard, visit chadandaaron.com, where you can subscribe to our weekly devotional email and learn more. And be encouraged.